Attention house sellers, you are about to learn how to sell your house for over full market value. You will discover the secret to selling your house at the absolute top of your local market, regardless of its current condition. In this video, I will share with you a little known secret, a secret that will reveal how we will entice buyers to pay you so much more for your house that your check at closing will be $10,000 to $50,000 more than you have ever thought was possible. This is the little known house selling secret that has been quietly making house sellers tens of thousands of extra dollars, and I'm going to reveal to you exactly how you can sell your house for much, much more than its current value, guaranteed. Hi, my name is Eric Young. I'm a real estate investor, contractor, and real estate agent in the Denver area. I've been buying, fixing, and selling houses for over 10 years. I've bought houses from Centennial to Broomfield to Aurora and everywhere in between. I bought houses that were nearly falling down, houses that needed a second story added to them, houses that needed gutted down to the studs, and of course, I bought plenty of average houses. Houses that only needed a few simple cosmetic tweaks. And through this experience, I've gotten to know a lot about what it takes to make a house sell for the most money. I've learned the cheapest ways to transform an average house into the most desirable house in the neighborhood. See, it all started many years ago when I found myself in a difficult situation. I had a house that I needed to sell, but it wasn't worth what I owed on it. Like many first-time home buyers, I had paid too much for my first house. Now, less than a year after I'd bought it, I had to sell. My wife was pregnant with our first child, and not only were the schools around us horrible, but the neighborhood wasn't very safe. One weekend, we even had the Denver SWAT team with automatic rifles set up on our roof while they raided the neighbor's house. Apparently, we had a drug dealing operation running out of the house behind us. I didn't have enough money built up to sell the house for a loss, so I had no choice but to find a way to sell my house for more than it was worth. First, I tried selling the house for sale by owner, but even with no real estate commissions, I couldn't find a buyer willing to pay enough to cover my mortgage. I was underwater on my house with nearly no savings in the bank and a baby on the way. I felt like a total failure. I had always planned on being a great father. I wanted to provide a great life for my family, but if I couldn't get my family into a better neighborhood, that wasn't going to happen. So with no other options left, I spent the next year getting my real estate license while working my full-time day job. I had no desire to become a real estate agent. I just figured if I could save on the real estate commissions, maybe I could solve my problem and get my family into a nicer neighborhood. So while working on getting my real estate license, I also started studying every house that went on the market in my neighborhood. I was extremely motivated. I noticed two houses on the same block that were selling for $50,000 difference in price, but these two houses were the same size. The only difference was the level of finishes, and it didn't take much to see a huge swing in price. This was my ticket. This $50,000 swing of price was the key to getting my house sold for more than it was worth. Back then, my day job was a superintendent for Pinker Construction. I was running large crews remodeling old apartment complexes. So I knew plenty of drywallers, tile guys, roofers, plumbers, mechanical technicians, painters, and you get the point. I had lots of friends in the trades, and I knew I could spend $20,000 on new finishes in my house and see a $50,000 jump in the house value. So with my real estate license in hand, my newfound knowledge of the market, and my friends in the construction industry, I was able to flip my house and sell it for more than it was worth. I sold my house for a profit and moved my family to the suburbs. My problem was solved. It took me 2 years and a full-time commitment to my new side job, but I cracked the code. I went on to repeat this process, flipping house after house for the next 10 years. Today, I flip houses full-time for a living. I work on 4 to 5 houses at a time, buying them for a fair price, flipping them, and selling them at the top of the market for a profit. Maybe I can help you flip your house too, so you can sell your house at the top of your market and earn a nice profit. If the timing's right, I'll sell your house the same way I sell the houses that I buy, fix, and flip. I have a process that we put every house through to make it worth more. I've perfected the process over the years, and I get the highest returns on every house we flip. I'll share my process with you. So whether we end up working together or not, you'll have the roadmap you need to sell your house and get the highest possible check at closing. You can skip getting your real estate license. You can skip making friends with plumbers, drywallers, painters, electricians, carpenters, roofers, countertop installers, cabinet suppliers, all the tradesmen to get fair prices. You can skip that. You can skip getting your contractor's license so you can pull permits like I do. You can skip finding funding to pay for all the upgrades. You can even skip the 10 years of trial and error to perfect exactly what upgrades will give you the best return. I did it all already, and you can piggyback off my results. All you have to do is make a simple phone call and we'll take care of the rest. I'll come to your house and tell you exactly what upgrades your specific house needs to get you the best return at closing. If you want to sell your house for the highest possible price, if you want the highest possible check in your hand at closing, that's exactly what you'll get when you work with Denver Property Flip. Now, normally when you want to sell your house, you hire a realtor. Normally you pick a friend or a family member you trust, you have them listed on the MLS, and then you accept the highest offer. If you go this route, you'll probably get a fair market price offer on your house, minus the 6% in realtor commissions. If instead you decide to flip your house with Denver Property Flip, not only will your sales price be considerably higher than the current fair market value, but we'll charge you a significantly reduced commission, not even close to the typical 6%. I'll do everything I can to make your check at the closing table as large as possible. Imagine yourself a couple months from now sitting at the closing table with a check in your hand made out for an extra $15,000 to $20,000. What would you do with that extra cash? Most people work full-time for at least 3 months for that kind of cash. All you'll need to do is call me instead of a typical real estate agent. And by now, you're probably asking yourself, why would Denver Property Flip spend all this time and money to help me flip my house? Well, the answer is simple. We only have enough cash to flip 4 to 5 houses at a time, but we have the crews to flip 6 to 7 houses. So we can keep our crews busy flipping houses like yours while we're getting our houses marketed, under contract, and sold. It's a win-win. We get to help you receive a life-changing check at closing and even make a little extra money ourselves in the process. It's a win-win. To recap, here's what we'll do for you. We'll design and renovate your house at our expense to make sure that you get the most cash at closing. We'll pay for the labor and materials, so it's no big deal if you can't afford the entire remodel. We'll manage the crews so you can stay focused on doing whatever it is that you do. This will be a hands-off process for you. We'll list your house for a low 4.8% commission and even give 2.8% of this commission to the buyer's broker. So it's a true 4.8% commission, not that typical 6% that you normally see. So you can keep more cash at closing. We'll market your house on the MLS, Craigslist, Trulia, Zillow, and Realtor.com to make sure your remodeled house gets the very most exposure possible. We'll pay for professional pictures out of our commission. Professional pictures get more showings and higher offers. We'll manage the showings while we find your buyer, making sure we get the most people possible to see your house and bring the highest offer. In short, we'll bust our ass to get you the most cash, more than your house is even worth. Jenny and Billy sold their house in Aurora for $400,000 with our help. Before hiring us, the highest offer they received was $315,000. And after paying us back for the remodel expenses at closing, Jenny and Billy still received an extra $50,000. That's life-changing money. Ron and Pam sold their house in Centennial for $565,000 with our help. In less than 3 weeks from the day Ron first met me, he already had a signed contract in his hand for more than $15,000 extra profit than he had ever hoped for. Will your house be next? You've got absolutely nothing to lose. So here's how you can expect things to work when you give me a call. 1, we'll schedule a time to meet at your house. 2, I'll present you with what improvements I think your house needs to get the very most profit and the estimated sales price after those improvements are completed. 3, I'll leave and let you think it over. No hard sales pitch. No commitment, nothing. You get my expert opinion on what to do with your house for free. Click the button below and get a free house flip design and estimate today. A designer who often doesn't have the real life, personal money on the line kind of experience that I do We'll normally charge you about $1,000 for the design that I'm going to outline for you for free. I'm going to give you the colors, the manufacturers, the material types that will give you the very most bang for your buck, and I'm going to do it for free. I could easily charge $1,500 for this information, but instead I'm going to give it to you for free and hope that I can earn your business. Click the button below or call me at 720-252-6888. That's my personal cell phone number. Just ask for Eric. It will be my pleasure to analyze your house and give you the blueprint you need if you want to sell it for the most profit. Selling houses for life-changing cash is what gets me up in the morning. Help me make an impact on your life by clicking the button below or calling me today. With tons of cash to gain and nothing to lose, you might as well give us a shot. Find out how much extra money you can get at closing by clicking the button below. Remember, you have nothing to lose and there will be no hard sales pitch. Click the button, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Eric's been wonderful to deal with.
If this is not too good to be true, this is the answer to my my prayers right now.
And the prompt call back, because I didn't think I was going to talk to you that soon.
Just had a very smooth process with Eric.
You didn't even have to do that, but you did, and we appreciate that.
Just the transparency, I do appreciate that.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Eric, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Give him a call, he's the best.